Swadika, good morning and welcome to Newsline. My name is Cholapansa Narula. Thank you very much for joining us. The program is coming live to you on NBT, NBT World, and also Radio Thailand FM 88. It's June 10, 2015. Let's have a look at today's top stories. In today's Thailand Moves Forward, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has encouraged all units at the cabinet meeting to continue to follow the existing roadmap in order to propel the country forward. At the cabinet's joint meeting with the National Council for Peace and Order, Prime Minister Prayut emphasized to all participating officials the importance of adhering to the national reform roadmap put in place earlier. He affirmed that after drafting of the new constitution is completed, there will be a general election as planned. The Prime Minister insisted he has no intention to extend his time in office and will keep the people's interest at heart in all procedures. On this occasion, there were also discussions on the progress being made by each ministry, as well as the National Council for Peace and Order, or NCPO. All of the attendants were told to wrap up their works within April 2016 in a bid to pass on their responsibilities to the upcoming government. Moreover, Prime Minister Prayut touched on the issue of land allocation to the impoverished, as well as the promotion of alternative careers among agriculturists who are often affected by drought and price declines. And the Thai Prime Minister has ordered the NCPO and the armed forces to help relieve chronic traffic congestion resulting from heavy rain in Bangkok, and to come up with advanced assistance plans for urban areas in risk of natural disasters. According to the spokesperson for the NCPO, Colonel Wintai Suwari, the Prime Minister also urged the people to use water economically to prevent future shortage. He said the NCPO would employ all available mechanisms to raise public awareness of water saving. General Prayut chaired a joint meeting of the Cabinet and NCPO members yesterday morning, during which he expressed thanks for their hard work and also continuous efforts to maintain peace and order within the country. The Prime Minister also instructed officials concerned to sell rice at low price to low-income earners. The rice may be sold through local networks and also military camps nationwide to ensure thorough access by the public. Deputy Prime Minister Wisanu Kruangam revealed in a press briefing that the joint meeting between the Cabinet and NCPO approved the amendment of the interim constitution and will submit the revised charter to the National Legislative Assembly, or NLA, for approval within 15 days. He said the NLA could only accept or deny the charter by giving supporting votes amounting to half of the quorum, or at least 111 voices. Once approved, the Constitution will be submitted to His Majesty within 15 days for royal endorsement. The NLA has no power to change the draft by itself unless the Cabinet or the NCPO permits the NLA to do so. There are 7 points in the draft Constitution which the joint meeting agreed to change, such as the qualifications and prohibited characteristics of NLA members and the extension of working period of Parliament Commission from 60 days to 90 days, in order to give longer time for suggestions and explanation. Regarding the referendum of the charter draft, the NLA entrusted the Election Commission to hold it in mid-September. The Cabinet has approved a plan to borrow 10 billion baht from Japan to fund the second phase of the Red Line electric train project on the Bang Sue-Rangsit section. According to Deputy Government Spokesperson Major General Virachon Sukontapatipak, the Cabinet this week gave the green light to a draft loan agreement proposed by the Ministry of Finance, which is to be signed between the Thai government and the Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA. Under the deal, the Finance Ministry will be responsible for obtaining a loan worth 10 billion baht from JICA and disbursing it to the State Railway of Thailand for use in the construction of the Red Line electric train system stretching between Bang Sue and Rangsit.
The Cabinet approved a proposal from Ministry of Transport for the Thai government to approve the exchange of notes on financial cooperation between governments of Thailand and Japan. This is in relation to the electric train system for the Red Line or Rangsit-Bang-Su routes. A key aspect of this financial cooperation will be the authorization for the Ministry of Finance of Thailand to make loan from the Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, for the second phase of the train routes between Bang-Su and Rangsit, in accordance with the stipulated regulation, which will come to 38 billion yen. Following this, the State Railway of Thailand will borrow from Ministry of Finance to further implement the project. This agreement was made previously by the Thai Minister of Finance and later approved by the government of Japan on 10 April 2015.
The General Wirachon affirmed that the loan is necessary as it will enable the government to keep up with the goal of enhancing the country's public transport system and laying down infrastructure in support of urban community development. Another amount of 22.78 billion baht has also been borrowed from JICA in 2009 for the first phase of the project, and the loan period is due to end this month. For the second phase, the 10 billion baht loan will have a period of 20 years with an interest rate of 0.4% and an interest-free period of 6 years. The Cabinet agreed to encourage government units, state enterprises and local administrative organizations to organize meetings, training and seminars in other provinces more in an effort to help stimulate the Thai tourism sector. The Cabinet also instructed the above organizations to use hotels which had registered legally and suggested that they prefer the International Convention and Exhibition Center commemorating His Majesty's 7th cycle birthday anniversary as a meeting venue. The center is located in Chiang Mai province. Such tourism stimulus measures will also benefit the government's urgent disbursement of the 2015 budget and also help promote domestic tourism. The Cabinet suggested that the measure be implemented in the third and fourth quarters of this year. The government has declared 2015 Discover Thainess Year with the objective to promote domestic traveling with the use of unique Thai characteristics. South Korea's Navy chief is currently on an official visit to Thailand and has already discussed decades of bilateral relations with Deputy Prime Minister of Thailand. Admiral Jang Ho-sup, commander of the Republic of Korea Navy, on Tuesday led his delegation to a meeting with General Prawit Wongsuwan, Deputy Prime Minister and also Minister of Defense. The meeting was a part of his official visit to the country to strengthen the two nations' ties. Admiral Jang has recalled long-running relations between Thailand and South Korea, especially when Thai armed forces were sent to help in the Korean War. Admiral Jang and General Prawit also touched on the military cooperation, and the South Korean Navy chief has thanked Thailand and the Royal Thai Navy in particular for supporting the stability operation around the Strait of Malacca and the South China Sea. The Thai embassy in Seoul, South Korea, has warned Thai citizens to protect themselves against the MERS coronavirus that has already killed 7 Koreans. The Thai embassy has issued its second warning after the number of South Koreans contracting the deadly virus has increased to 87 people. 7 people have died and more than 2,000 people have been quarantined in their own homes or hospitals. Thai nationals living in Seoul, Gyeonggi and Chungcheongnam-do have been told to wear a face mask when leaving home or when they are in a crowded place. They have also been advised to seek medical attention and notify the Thai embassy if they have ever visited the 3 aforementioned areas in South Korea between May 15 till the 30th. The Thai Labour Solidarity Committee, or TLSC, is planning to request the Ministry of Labour to consider raising the daily minimum wage to 360 baht. Following the Prime Minister's comments in support of the maintenance of the 300 baht minimum wage on fear that any hike would affect the country's economy and investment, President of the Thai Labour Solidarity Committee, Wilaiwan Satia, expressed her disagreement, reiterating that a wage increase is necessary. She claimed that the Central Wage Committee's resolution on the wage rise to 300 baht has been effective since 2013 and is expiring this year, prompting the need for an adjustment for the year 2016. In addition, since the government is set to push up the monthly salaries of civil servants and state enterprises workers soon, Ms. Vilaiwan pointed out that a higher wage rate should be given to labourers as well. As she estimated the appropriate rate at 360 baht per day, the President revealed that her committee will travel to meet with the Minister of Labour and the Permanent Secretary for Labour within this month in a bid to propose the new rate and clarify its reasoning behind the increase. She said a meeting should also be held for the government, employers and employees to discuss and settle the matter for the benefit of all sides. A Vice President of the National Legislative Assembly has confirmed that the legislature members have presented their cases related to the corruption accusations. NLA's first Vice President Surathai Liengbunlerchai said on Tuesday that former Mukdahan Governor Chanwit Wasayangkoon and former Leh Governor Phonsak Jiranai, who are members of the legislature, have met with the President of the NLA to discuss the accusation against them. Mr. Chanwit and Mr. Phonsak were accused by a former MP from the Democrat Party of being involved in corruption around the procurement of herbicides. Mr. Surathai said that both have been recommended to each prepare a written explanation to be submitted to the Prime Minister. He stated that the NLA will be treating both men with fairness, particularly when all information has come from only one source, while saying that there has not been any discussion about their resignation as yet. The National Reform Council has approved of the results of the Land Bank study as well as the principles of the Land Bank Draft Act, which they see would help reduce social inequality through land ownership management. The study was conducted by NRC Committee on Reform Matters pertaining to society, communities, children and adolescents, women, the elderly, disabled and underprivileged, as was approved of by 166 votes in the Chamber against 41, with 14 abstentions. The NRC also approved of the Draft Land Bank Act with 143 votes in favour, 53 in opposition and 25 abstentions. The study found that the decrease in agricultural production was due in part to farmers losing their lands to acquisition entities. This concentration of land ownership means the majority of the community is deprived of its utilization. Therefore, the establishment of land banks would serve as a mechanism in extending aid to impoverished farmers in order for them to hold on to their property. The bill would also facilitate local participation in land management. The NRC agreed that the measure would give farmers easy access to acquiring land, while its communal approach towards land management would help reduce social inequality by preventing ownership from falling into the hands of a handful of people. After the deliberation, the NRC committee will compile a report of the Draft Land Bank Act to propose to the government. And that's it for Thailand Moves Forward. We'll now take a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices. Newsline will come back with ASEAN news as well as the international news. Stay with us.
To maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. The fourth core value: seeking direct and indirect knowledge and education.
Physical connectivity, institutional connectivity, and people-to-people connectivity. The power to turn this region into a strong community. Witness the interconnectivity between the 10 Southeast Asian countries in ASEAN Connect via these channels.
Even if we don't see them, they are amongst us. And they're hungry. Slay your power-sucking monsters. Take their power away. Think when you plug.
Swadee krab, this is Thailand at large.
The show which is about to take you to the new experiences with the exciting stories.
With charming fascination.
Good.
With a touch of Thainess.
Let's join us on NBT World.
Explore with us and you'll know and love Thailand even more than before.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. The rate of hospitalization of patients has significantly increased, partially due to the rising number of chronic non-communicable diseases patients. Zoe Lemaire has a story.
Over the past 3 decades, the public health in Thailand has shifted remarkably, accompanying changes in Thai society related to the dynamics of globalization as well as the rapid economic growth. Health concerns have been successfully addressed while new and re-emerging health problems have also appeared. Chronic, non-communicable diseases such as heart disease, stroke, cancer, chronic respiratory diseases, and diabetes have by far claimed the lives of 300,000 Thais each year and contributed to a higher death rate in Thailand than in other countries. Chronic, non-communicable diseases are among the most significant emerging health concerns in Thailand, yet are often not detected until they have progressed to an advanced level. The level of screening and early diagnostic in Thailand is considered low. Gorawi Wirashakunchai, a doctor from Mali Interdisciplinary Medical Center, explained that the simple causes of chronic disease are situated in our daily living behavior, including eating too much food, being stressed, drinking alcohol and soft drinks, as well as eating a contaminated food.
In our hospital or our medical center, we will emphasize in this chapter more than the other hospital. We will have people to come up and assess their lifestyle, assess their health, and we will talk about the prevention, how they have to act, how they have to eat, how they have to exercise, and about the promotion. We also use the hormone therapy and the nutrient therapy to make them healthier.
Thailand is currently ranked the 3rd most rapidly aging population in the world. The number of people aged 60 and over in Thailand now stands at about 8 million, accounting for 13% of the population. But at the same time, Thailand is coping with the increasing number of sick people, mostly are of chronic diseases. Everyone needs a regular checkup, even when they are healthy, in order to prevent an unfortunate disease. Interdisciplinary Medical Center believes that the best healthcare is not to cure, but to prevent the illness. Zoe Lemaire reporting.
The U.S. Secret Service briefly cleared the White House briefing room on Tuesday after a bomb threat was phoned into local police, but officials said President Barack Obama was not moved during the resulting security sweep. The briefing by spokesperson Josh Earnest was interrupted by Secret Service agents as dogs were brought in to sniff the room, but reporters got the all clear and were allowed to begin returning after about a 30-minute break. Earnest said Obama was not moved during the evacuation of the briefing room, which is only steps from the Oval Office and the rest of the West Wing of the White House. The threat specifically concerned the briefing room, and the evacuation did not affect other sections of the White House. The immediate blocks around the White House, including Lafayette Square across Pennsylvania Avenue, were roped off and closed to tourists briefly. HSBC will cut almost 50,000 jobs from its payroll, take an axe to its investment bank, and shrink its risk-weighted assets by $290 billion in an effort to improve its sluggish performance, Europe's biggest bank said on Tuesday. The announcement to the Hong Kong Stock Exchange came ahead of a presentation to investors and analysts when Chief Executive Stuart Gulliver will give more details on his second major strategic plan since he took the helm at the start of 2011. The job cuts, which will affect almost a fifth of the bank's workforce, involve 25,000 staff from the expected sales of the lender's Brazil and Turkey units and 22,000 to 25,000 from the consolidation of IT and back office operations and branch closures. The cuts are the latest in a series of heavy staff reductions and will leave the bank with around 208,000 full-time equivalent staff. That's down from 295,000 at the end of 2010 and 258,000 at the end of the year 2014. However, the cuts to be completed by 2017 will be followed by some hiring in growth businesses and the bank's compliance division, HSBC said, without providing details on how many people will be recruited. And that's all the time we have for Newsline today. Thank you very much for joining us. If you do have any suggestions or comments, please write to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. Today we end the program. Well, we'll take you to London to see daredevil free runner climbing to the top of the arch of London's Wembley Stadium, becoming the first person to complete the stunt. So enjoy the pictures. I'm Cholapansana Rula. See you next time. Swadee ka.